What is up, guys? My name's D Free from Dueling Central. Wanted to go ahead and republish this video because I wanted to concise it a little more. Honestly, it just didn't sit well with me. How it was kind of like all over the place. So forgive me for the first one. But if you did watch the previous one, there's no real reason to watch this one. And if you didn't watch the first one, I mean, I guess you can't watch it anymore because I took it down. But we're going to talk about the best cards either way from the SR and UR ticket pools for the login campaign for the GX Celebration event. You'll get SR, one SR, then a UR, then a couple SRs, and then a UR, I believe is how it is. So if you haven't logged in, make sure you log in so you can get your card. And we're going to go over, like I said, the best cards that you should want to pick up from the sets. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. It depends on the deck that you're trying to build, first and foremost, right? Because I can tell you what the best overall cards are, which is what I intend to do, and give you guys my suggestion. But of course, I'm not playing for you. So pick up what you want, pick up what's conducive to what kind of deck you're trying to build. Now, there are 5 cards from each batch, the SR and URs, that I have kind of discerned as being the top cards you should pick up. Now, keep in mind, most of these cards, like 95% of them at minimum, are actually able to be farmed at the gate via level 30 and level 40 duels against requisite duelists. For example, enemy controller, you duel Kaiba, level 30 or 40. Kaiba's kind of annoying to duel because he has some of the harder cards to duel, but it is what it is. You know, you can pick up cards that way. You don't have to get most of these cards right here. You can get them from there, or you can get duplicate copies, whatever you want. So overall, these are the 5 cards that I have for the SRs. The 3 of them are actually right here. Enemy Controller, we have Red Eye Spirit, and lastly, we have Aurora Wing. I'm going to go over these 3, and then we'll get to my last couple of cards. Actually, another one is Anti-Magic Arrows right here. So we actually have 4 of them. I'm going to stop clicking because it kind of pops in and out. So Enemy Controller, let me go over that. Like I said, Kaiba drops it, but it's kind of hard to get from him because, of course, you're relying on RNG, and Kaiba's kind of an annoying duelist to duel due to his propensity to play DD Warrior, then crash into your stuff. So he's kind of annoying to duel. So honestly, I'd pick it up here because it's very good as far as defense goes, and it can be used offensively. Just a very staple card in this game and has been since launch pretty much of the game. And I will say it's losing a little bit of its relevance because of the fact that we do have other cards coming out like Horus, like Dark Paladin, like Silent Magician, and then, you know, we're getting to a point where spells are becoming negated. We're getting a little bit more back row removal, so, you know, it is losing a little bit of relevance, especially whenever Super Rush Headlong dropped. That basically took this card's place as like the most staple spell card to have, but definitely an incredible card to pick up either way. I feel like it's fully worthy of being a UR. That's how good it is. Red Eye Spirit right here on the right is a very good card to pick up if you plan to build Red Eyes decks. Now, Red Eyes decks are either the first or second best deck in the game, depending on how you look at it, and this is an integral part of that deck. So if you have most of the cards, you want to go ahead and pick this up. Now, another staple card for that deck would be Red Eye's Insight, but it's not available in this list. This is not the PvP list, right? So, for example, if you do ranked duels and you accumulate so many wins, they will give you an SR card, and there are cards available there that are not available here. So keep that in mind. This is here. Red Eye's Insight's there. If you do them both, you can pick up Red Eye's Insight. You can pick up the Spirit here, and you can start building a really good Red Eyes deck. Red Eyes has a lot of support, which is what makes it one of the best overall decks in the game. So you can pick it up here, or you can wait for Super Joey's event to come back, whenever that is. I don't know. It's not announced in the news right now, so I don't know when that'll happen, but keep that in mind. So another good card is Anti-Magic Arrows right here. Now, the cool thing about Anti-Magic Arrows is it stops the opponent from being able to activate a spell or trap card in the battle phase. So you trigger this at the beginning of the battle phase, and unless they activated it right before the battle phase began, they're basically defenseless as far as their spell and trap cards go. They cannot stop it. So there's no way to get around this card, but it is a one-turn type of thing. It's not a continuous card, but it's still a very good card. If you don't want to pick it up here, you have to wait until Arcana's event comes back. Don't know when that is. So Yeah. A lot of these cards are also in the card trader, like a Legendary Ocean. Bazoo was there. I don't know if he still is at this point. But some of these cards you farm from other events, like Blue Eyes Toon Dragon and some of the other Toon monsters you pick up from Pegasus Duels, I'm pretty sure. Let's go over Aurora Wing. Now, I actually really like this card. In fact, I picked it up. So when it's destroyed, it comes back to the field. It's another good stall/defensive card that you could pick up. Now, the cool thing about this is that if you pick this up, you'll have, I believe, the second possible copy, because they gave it out as part of like a card flipper campaign, which is where like you only, like everybody that plays the game should only have one copy of this card right now, unless they picked it up from here, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's a very hard card to get. You can't pick it up outside of normal means. You can't wait for an event to come back. They may add it to the card trader via EX Jewels. If you're a new player to the game, you don't know what those are yet, but that's fine. But overall, very good card to pick up. So the last card I wanted to talk about is down here. It's called Ice Barrier, or the Princess of the Ice Barrier. She's right here. So she's a very good card, but she's specific to Ice Barrier decks. Ice Barriers are one of the top decks in the game, probably tier 1 deck. She's a really good card for that deck. Actually, I'm going to pick this up for my next one because I need a third copy of this. If you don't want to pick it up, then that's fine. You can also wait until Elegant Mai/Super Mai's event returns. So that's another thing. So that's all of the SR cards I would consider. Like I said, you don't want to kind of pick up some cards you can get from the card trader specifically. I mean, I can understand if you're having difficulty farming a legendary duelist at the gate and you want to pick up some of their cards here, such as an enemy controller. But I wouldn't recommend picking up cards you can get at Card Trader, at least. Like Polymerization you can get there. Or you can get in the new Structure deck, by the way. You know, Flash, Assailant. Some of these cards you can just get from the Card Trader. And you unlock that at Stage 8. So keep that in mind. So let's go down to the UR section. There's a lot of SRs available. Let's go down to the UR section. And overall for the URs, I feel like maybe the SR batch is probably a little bit more useful. Not better, but just more useful as far as relevant decks go. Didn't even mean to do that. Let me come back in. So overall, the UR cards that I do have that I would like for people to consider picking up would be Vanguard of the Dragon. Very good card. Now, the problem with him is that he is in the card trader. Most of these are, in fact, in the card trader, so it gets to a point where it doesn't even matter. But very good card if you're trying to build a dragon deck. You could pick this up in conjunction with Kidmodo Dragon. You should be getting a Kidmodo Dragon from the Mokuba event that's going on right now. You can't actually duel Mokuba. If you could, you would get another one because he could drop them technically. But you get it through his little bingo campaign that's going on right now. It also could have been in the SR list up here. I don't think it is, but I'm pretty sure it's in the list of ranked duels. Kind of like how I was talking about Red Eye's Insight being in there, but not in here. But Red Eye's Spirit is in here, but not in there. So keep that in mind. This guy's really good. You're going to definitely want 3 of this guy if you're kind of trying to build like a budget dragon deck or something of that nature. Twin Barrel Dragon is another good card to consider. This is actually regular Barrel Dragon, but him too, along with Twin Barrel right here. Both of them are very good cards. This one isn't as good as this one right here, the regular Barrel Dragon, but regular Barrel Dragon is better in something like a 3-star Demotion deck with the Paradox Brothers. If you don't have them, you have to wait until their event returns to unlock those characters and that skill. So he's not so good right now. Blackluster Soldier is a good card. You can get it from the card trader, though. If you want Barrel Dragon, by the way, this one right here, the regular Barrel Dragon, you can get that from Dueling Bandit Keith in the gate. And Twin Barrel Dragon is in the card shop as well, the card trader. Dark Flare Dragon is a really good card right here next to Dark Magician Girl. Now, the cool thing about Dark Flare is that he has presence from the graveyard. You can special summon him by removing from play a dark and light monster from your graveyard, and he comes right out. Now, he was actually live with the Mokuba event, not the one that we have now, but we could actually duel Mokuba. This was one of his drops. So was the next card we're going to talk about, by the way. So this is one of his drops, and it's a very good card. It isn't as good. It's another one of those cards that's kind of not able to stand the test of time, but it's a very quick, easy summon. Could be a very good late game, like if you're in a competitive duel, boss monster to put out on the field and give the opponent trouble to deal with. Now, Frost and Flame Dragon's getting kind of cut off. This was Mokuba's latest reward last time he was here, like a month ago. I actually picked this up because I didn't get a copy from him. So that's another reason why you may want to pick up some of these cards, because maybe you simply didn't get a drop from these characters when they come and, you know, you've been playing for a while. So very good card as well. Mainly works in fire and water decks because that's the only deck it can really work in. You can pick up Kaibaman's as well if you plan to run dragons. You can pick this up because Kaibaman is a free summon of Blue Eyes. If you pick up 3 copies of Blue Eyes, you can do that. Also, original art Dark Magician and Blue Eyes are in here. If you really, really, really want them, I'd consider that a waste, but if you want them, that's fine. It's your account, like I said. Relinquished. You can pick up a copy of Relinquished because this could actually be your 3rd copy if you want 3. Now, you could have, and my original video, I kind of brushed over Relinquished, but you could feasibly have more than 3 copies of Black Illusion Ritual. I don't think that I do. But at the very least, you could if you've been playing it. You played the last time Pegasus was here, like forever ago. Pegasus has not come in a while. You could have your 3rd copy. Now, if you did not play the Pegasus event, if you pick up Relinquished now, it's still one of the best cards in the game, by the way. At one time, it was the best deck in the game, period. If you pick up Relinquished now, though, he's going to be unusable because you cannot pick up his ritual spell if you did not already have it, meaning that if you pick him up now, you'll have to wait for Pegasus to return to get another copy of Relinquished along with the ritual spell. So keep that in mind. He'll be dead weight until that happens if you're a new player, for example. So that's pretty much it. There's nothing else really to go over. Everything else is kind of niche, you know, things that you may or may not want. But those are basically the best cards in here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Hope you guys did enjoy this. If you did, punch that like button. Let's hit a like goal of 110 likes. Let's go ahead and see if we can have you guys subscribe for more content here on Duel Links Central. And in fact, if I put this up on my main channel at some point on the D-Free channel, the link is in the description for more Duel Links content. Make sure you subscribe to Duel Links Central. It is in the description of my Duel Links channel. Anyways, have an awesome day. I'll catch you guys in the next video.